welcome to a brand new episode of Gadget Nation with me, Adam Carruthers. Very excited about today's episode because we've sourced the entire world for some of the latest in the world of technology, video games, and plenty more just for your consumption. So, why am I talking here without actually showing you anything? I believe it's time to start the show. A lot of big brands out there, every time they release a product, we simply have to review it because obviously when a big brand does something, you tend to pay attention. However, sometimes these products might be something brand new, or perhaps it could be just revitalizing a traditional brand that we've seen underneath that, one of their categories. What is the case though with Olympus and something that they've given us? Let's find out. One thing I love is retro. Anything retro for me is stylish. Just look at my hair. It's retro, right? Like Frank Sinatra or something. But anyhow, I digress. Enough about me. What I have right here is something from Olympus, the OMD E-M1. And I have to say, it is classy to the max. I mean, look at that. It's retro, it feels nice, and it looks great, in my opinion anyway. This almost is a DSLR in terms of how it looks, but it's not quite as big as you can probably tell, nor is it quite as heavy, weighing in at slightly less than 500 grams, so not too heavy. They can deliver really astounding pictures. The price though, just the body is about 4,200 plus, give or take about 250. So obviously very, very pricey though. Just bear that in mind. But you can see why it costs a lot. Just looking at the build, this magnesium body, it's just really nice. It's dust-proof, it's splash-proof. Obviously, as you can see right here, there's plenty of bells and whistles, lots and lots of dials, lots and lots of buttons, as you can see right there. We can customize options whenever you're taking your pictures, etc. Like one nice touch they have is the 2x2. You can basically flick the switch and control two other things and then flick it back and two other things, etc. Obviously makes things a little bit easier, a little bit more different, and a little bit more accessible. That's the key word. So, like I touched upon, obviously lots of buttons there, as you can see. One thing I do like is having a large number of function buttons, so obviously everything you can customize and it makes things a lot easier. However, one thing I do want to highlight is one of the hero specs that we can expect from the device, which is that right there, the EVF. It's a touch screen, and I'm out here in the bright sun. It will auto adjust the brightness of the screen itself so that I can actually see what I'm doing exactly spot on. Now, other really cool things are you can put into HDR mode, and automatically you can start previewing it right here in real time. So obviously that is also a huge plus point. The screen itself is pretty responsive. It works really well. Use it for your focus point, whatever you really want to get out of the picture, obviously. And also, other presets up to 4 can be preloaded in terms of the color as well. So as you're taking the picture, it can also be saved to RAW and JPEG. So obviously, huge benefits of this screen right here, this EVF, which is pretty much on par of what you'll find from a full-on DSLR. So obviously, huge plus point and a huge, huge selling point of this device right here. Now, one thing that Olympus has been very good at in recent times has to be this, the autofocus. It's really fast, it's really good. The dual fast AF for when you attach another lens onto it, which actually has to be the 4/3 lens, you have to get the adapter. It will basically incorporate everything into place. In fact, you can use pretty much any Olympus lens on this and it's good to go. So obviously another big plus point right there. But the focusing, I mean, it's really fast, it's really, really good. Even in low light settings, etc., it can pretty much track onto whatever you're looking for and it'll do a very good job. Even tracking the subject, etc., if you're doing a video or you're trying to capture a picture at just the right moment, also does very well. It is super fast. I mean, I cannot stress that enough. Probably the fastest autofocus that I've seen from Olympus, and it really does stand up amongst its competitors. The sensor itself is also able to process a lot of different images depending on the lens you have here. Like I mentioned, you can put on any lens and it's still able to get everything inside. And even the sensor itself is slightly different from its competitors in the fact that it uses single gray pixels as well. So obviously you'll get something different. But saying all that, pictures look great. Everything about it really looks fantastic and all goes to a really, really good package. One thing I don't like about it is there's only one SD card slot. That's it. Obviously a bit limited in that aspect. You have to carry a few around if you're going to go on a long holiday somewhere, don't have anywhere to transfer your pictures, etc. I've always maintained I like more space for memory. That's just my own personal thing. Really cool camera, just a little bit pricey, like I mentioned, over 4,000 ringgit just for the body. Doesn't include the lenses, although there are a large variety, like I mentioned. So plus and minus in that aspect. If your wallet can bear the brunt of it, I would recommend this camera.